class, this is your video feedback. I'm going to go through all of these as a first-time user. Doesn't mean that I haven't seen them. I have not read some of your content that you've written about this on the post. I am looking at this as if I know nothing about your intention, only what we have. And then I will go back when I give you a grade and look at those things. So first off, great image on the front. Everyone wants to be really careful because as a food truck, they're not going to have glassware. So you may want to be very careful about the images you put in before you submit again. On this particular template, it has a social media up here and it is overlapping the logo. Logo is cut off. You'll see that throughout this video. A number of people will need to fix that, and you can fix it. So be sure to make the effort on that. I think this should probably come over so that it's not interfering with those, or move your social media. Icons. Okay. So our home page is the image, and when we come to our story, this you can make that white background go away, and you'll want to edit this down. Less scrolling. I've probably scrolled 3 times to get to the bottom of that, and we really don't need to scroll more than that. All right. Let's see. We've got this space here and this space here. It's possible we could do away with one of those. All right. I know you need room for the logo, but you've got all of this that you could bring things up and probably center this here and edit this. The menu, again, we want to have less scrolling. This comes with the template. It is something that we've seen before. It's good that you've changed this color. That helps. But try and, as you look through, you'll see, try and just reduce the scrolling and clicks. That's what we want to do. Left align your content. The headers can be centered, but left align the content. I like these. Let's see if you can get one word not on the line by itself. Move it up. Yeah. Okay. So you want to do that. This is loading slowly. And one of the things is this video, you'll see it throughout. People will have selected it because it seems to make sense, but you can also take a screenshot of it so it's not taking up so much of your storage space and slowing down the refresh cycle. You can also change this burgundy color. All right, so these are the things that you want to look at. Something about this particular site, I wasn't able to get back to the home page. Usually it's clicking, the logo is one way, or having it listed, but I can't get back. Which means if you ever put something there that was vital, it would be missed. A little less scrolling, and what you can do, Tuesday and Thursdays are the same, Wednesday and Fridays are the same, so you can bring those up a little bit. Okay, the blog. Okay. We don't need this second banner here. This color works. It's a good color. And the image is great. We're starting to lose the title here, and something is not centered. It may be the image, it may be this title, but something's not centered. There appears to be more space here. It could be an illusion, but I don't think so. And then we want to get into this content much quicker, which means this needs to be much smaller. If we take out a little space up here, you can move all this up. Be careful of this space. I know it's a rule that's there, but it looks funny when it gets there. Take this out. Unless you put the whole thing, this is the background. And then bring your story up. Even if you move this over, the image over, and you bring your story up in a column, make sure you bring it up. And yeah, doesn't look quite like a blog page yet. Okay, you might want to try a form here. You wouldn't have to write all of this out, just this is fine. And if you guys notice, there is a Facebook page, an Instagram for Real Deal Taco, so you can link to that. All right, great start. So this was interesting. I felt like this was created in Illustrator. I'm not sure if you found it, did it, don't know. But I like the truck. I want to click this. Notice this text is different from this. This works a little better, and this is great. So you want to think about that. These are working. I don't usually like the logo tiled like that, but it looks a little more abstract right now, so it's not quite so bad. I probably would put a little drop shadow close so this, you know, stands apart a little bit. Again, make sure that's not clipped up there. And see that empty space, that doesn't actually work. Okay, so if I click here, go to the menu, spacing here and here should be equal. Okay, you'll need to fill it in. And change this blue to the Real Deal Taco blue, I believe. Yeah, and the main thing is the locations, but they're kind of cut off right now. It could be the browser I'm in. You know, you want to check all browsers. If I view it at 80%, I can see it. This is Chrome. This takes up a lot of space. It's not important, really. So I would bring this, you know, into the image area quicker. I like this. I'm wondering, I like it. It's fixed and it's on every page. You also have, you could fix your freeze, your header. You go into your editor, you select the header up at the top, get into the editing, and it will give you the option to freeze it. All right, okay. All right, so yeah, you have some input to put into your menu, of course, and I don't see your story. All right, so you got a little bit to do before week 4. All right, good start. Okay, again, this one, if I have it at a larger view, like 100%, this overlaps. So that's something we want to think about. Right? Otherwise, it's a great image. This works. You don't have to have it cut out like this. You could use this color blue. I would use the blue up here, the Real Deal Taco blue. Don't think you need that. It just raises questions at this point. Nice and clean. I can see this is picked up again, but I don't see it on this page. So, you know, and you guys can consider a lime green also if you need to, and a sand color. Those two colors work pretty well for Real Deal Taco also. Okay. All right. I like it. All right. Make sure that all the spacing is equal throughout everything. Good job of aligning this. I don't see any little orphans, words by themselves, so good job there. All right. Keep in mind your menu was all caps, I believe, and your events. are not. You've changed colors for the border. That's okay if it's intentional. Good job. Okay, so that you want to disable. Anything that has no content, just take it out. Okay, so this is the contact page, but we have that at the bottom. So here's the thing, we want to get into it right away. I would be consistent as you were with your menu and your events, having your heads up here. I would create another, I would group these together a little more and bring it all over to the right so that doesn't happen as far as overlaying it. Make sure you clear that. And I would say location is, you know, much like you did here. And I would say then have locations in here, then contact, don't have to have us if you need the room, and have it anchor to here. Okay, and that's what I would do for you. All right. This is going to Facebook. You can link it to Real Deal Tacos. Okay, so do you have that on every page? Your social media? Curious. All right, make sure you go ahead and put your social media either in the footer or something. I think for this one, just a little bit of consistency. I like that you're in the right color families, okay, that it's working. You have high contrast here. That's great. Also here, perfect. You may want some images of food, you know, just the right amount. Put the period in there. Okay. So this is the only food I see. So, well, and this, okay. I was able to get back when it moved in. Okay. All right. Great start. Just some tweaks. All right. Clear this. This is a good color for the blue. Nice accent. Make sure that logos are never skewed. And your link to Real Deal Taco. Excellent, Joseph. I want to view our menu. Instead of saying click here, have the menu, view our menu be a link. Left align. You can edit this. You can take out tortilla or corn, and this is a dip, so that should be a D, and bring that up so that these lines align, and left align that. Try to align these as well, okay? Left align. Good, good. Remember what we say about grids. It will make your work look great, okay? Either add a line here or reduce something here. Okay, good job, good job. You know, there's a couple of images with glass. Something you want to keep in mind. Okay, but all in all, it's looking really good. Clear that. Okay, I'm on the menu. I do like this color also. And again, keep in mind, if you want to, you can double these days. But the spacing is good, the hierarchy, it's looking good. This line doesn't come out as far as this one. That kind of thing you'll go through at the last minute. Make sure that those details are taken care of. Okay, the hour story needs to be cut down for sure, period added, and it needs to be, yeah, you're going to have another page here for your contact, and that's going to go right here at the end and land right here. This will all come up and be cut down. You then can put your testimonials at the bottom of a page. They're not that important. You don't even need to have a link to them, really. Okay? All right. Great job. Nice. I like seeing green. Sometimes it's very fresh. This is very small, but, you know, I think if I view at 100% for my browser, it's going to be bigger, but it's also going to overlap. All right, so check multiple browsers, you guys. I do like green. We need more space here though, don't we? Okay, this is one of the cases where, you know, scrolling over an image in the background can work. It's not conflicting with everything. Obviously, there's way too much space here, and, you know, something going on here. Something needs to be there. Okay, that looks like a greeting of a person. If I do this, it takes me back to the top, which is a great image. The colors, you know, it is glass. But the tacos are great. News. Contact us. I think you need a menu page for sure. A way to get us to your menu. All right. This is perfect amount. You might, you know, wrap a line over and have those align a little bit more at the bottom. But the text is great. The legibility is great. That's a great image. This, of course, no placeholder text. Okay. All right. It's looking good. Okay. I do like the drop shadow on these. It might need to be a little bigger. I do like pyramid shapes, but this is a little small. This is linking up. Good job. Just don't know that we need that. I mean, I guess if you're ordering online, but I would take that off. Like I say, it just raises more questions. This is beautiful. Font's a little small. Were you to go to mobile, it would be tough. You're not required to do mobile for this class, but you will when you get to web design. So it's something to think about because it's so important, right? It raises the rankings of the client. So make sure that you are thinking about the mobile and but this is gorgeous. You know, there's no glassware really. That could be or looks like plastic. And so well balanced, beautiful color. You chose a nice color to go with it. Sometimes it's really important. Sometimes the things we butt images up against don't work, but this works on both sides, the white and the black. So really nice. It's a little bit of scrolling, but not so bad. Like I say, if there's a payoff, people will scroll. Contact goes at the end. Okay. Some of these images need to be optimized. They take a while to load. Not so much this time, but when I looked at it once before, it did. And probably want a little less scrolling. Yeah, I do love this block look, but a little too much scrolling. And let's wrap that up. You know, I like it. It's laid out nice, Daniel. You do good work. Just a little less scrolling if you can get away with that. Always make sure the logo is in the color of the company. The brand color is super important. And it's best, as much as I may like it, it's best that these are not slanted or rotated. But I love what you've done with these things. You're a great designer. The colors are working really well. Make sure everything is, all your headers are consistent. Okay. It's easy to read. All right. So FAQs, I'm not sure that, this probably needs a little more work, right? Or do you even need it? I don't know that you do. All right. Terrific job. All right. Double check that this works on all sizes. This, remember, you want to go in, and if you're going into Photoshop, I thought there was a file, transparent file available to you, but you got to get all those areas out, right? Because it looks like a logo of something that you've tried to do on purpose. This would have an apostrophe. I love this. Just looks so yummy, but it's glass, so think about that. I like the way it has the contrast here on the left, that black, that helps. And those are the things you want to look for. Nice. Yeah. Nice. Bring this up so we don't have a widow by itself. Some of this was just things you would have to do. Okay. I kind of like that you're going straight into the menu. It doesn't always work, but I kind of like it. I think we need, more margin here, so you would need to wrap this with some line breaks and pull this up. I think this needs to be pulled up too. Too many breaks for that. And try and get these to be the same number of lines. You can take out a word here because for this case, your portfolio is the client. If you were a real client, you would always have to get approval to make any kind of edit. But you can do this to make your site look better. Take one word out. So this rewraps and brings this up to a line. And it will bring your image up to a line. Perfect. Perfect. That could be styrofoam or something. Okay. Maybe a shorter call to action here. All right. So we have full menu here, menu up here, and at least the start of a menu there. So what's on the menu? Apostrophe. Love this image. Make sure you're looking at, it's a lot of scrolling, but not too bad. You got a menu to drop down. Order ahead, I want to know about that. Okay. Yeah. You might want 2 columns so you can wrap this and not have quite so much scrolling. Always notice what type of headers you have, the font, and if it's something that is consistent with all other headers. This is a little hard to read with this image, right? And this is near impossible. I mean, it's possible, but it's not clear at all. So that you want to, do something about this image, whether you're putting, a blue-green opaque box that maybe has a 20% transparency over it or something to where this pushes back and we have more contrast. But this looks great. Awesome photos. Okay. This seems like it's kind of floating out here. I don't mind it. I don't know if maybe these should be all caps and not have the semicolon. Okay. All right, so this is an introduction to that. Super cool. And it plays. Okay. better not to have verticals, but you know, I know people do that when they're makes it pretty authentic for the day. People tend to do it when they're posting on various social media. So, you know, not the worst thing, but I do think the others are maybe better. Okay, so we did look at this. Great image. It's not showing this off very well. Okay. Nice. These are nice. Left align. A little long. Take up, you know, a lot of empty space here. And you would have to have a purpose to put anything there. I'm kind of looking for a contact page. Got your social media. Edit this down for sure. Nice. Not sure about that being by itself. Not sure it isn't working, but okay. This almost looks like different font. Well, here we are. Okay. Yeah. I want to see how to contact you, right? Okay. Do we have 2 about sections? Just that's an intro, and this is this. Okay. All right. It's looking great. A few tweaks, you know, for readability and edits and things like that, but good job. Okay. I'm going to go back to the home. Either this isn't working or it's got a really heavy file on the home page. Or this is the home page. That's what I think is going on. Okay. I think this needs a little more space and not clipping. Consider making that this color, although it's not really in their brand. This is something I'm going to let you do for yourself. Okay. Left align. I think you consider making those caps. Okay, this is all heavy. In some ways, you've made it work. You've certainly tried to. I can see that. You've tried to push that picture back. It's just a little busy. And this is getting really bold, which I feel like was an attempt to make it easier to have a higher contrast. So just think about that. I mean, maybe the real deal needs to be less, maybe it needs to be more transparent, and maybe this won't have to be so bolded. Think about that. Not a fan of outlining. Okay, a drop shadow can work a little bit better, be a little softer. Less scrolling if you combine those. This is good. This looks great. This butting up to that, not as great. Not sure this image is working that great. I see you've added these, that's good. But this color, these colors are good. Yeah, you need blue, but something's not right about that one, and you'll just want to keep working on it. I know you probably didn't have a lot of time and you have ideas, things you want to do, and that's great. And this is going to help me get back up to the top. See the menu? Okay, it's nice and clean, this overlapping business. You know, maybe that just doesn't need the square around it. Try and align these if you can, this at least, okay? Add another line there, bring that down. Nice, terrific images. Left align your content, makes it easier to read. That rule, check that out, right? You want to make the same space between here as you do up there. It would be great if you had images that had a background like this one, or at least a gray gradient, something like that. I'm not sure you can use these name brands either, by the way. You can as students, you guys, you can use anything. You're under fair use as a student, but once you graduate, you're not. So then you would have to pull everything out of your portfolio. So try to find cans that you modify, you know, the titles, or you can't see what it is or make it out. Okay, terrific. All right. This could really make a fun kind of thing, kind of a modern look. All right. That roll 2. Okay. Yeah, we just need to bring the styles together a little bit. You know, maybe it means making this, maybe getting rid of this and finding another way to do your location, something a little cleaner that looks more like this. Font can be a little bigger, and, you know, work on this overlay. All right, this doesn't bother me. Okay, and it's in the family of the color down below. This, not so much. You know, you're either going to have to use more of that and less of the other, or something like that. But try to limit it to 2 colors. That would be helpful. All right. All right. Great start. Okay. So this image needs to be optimized, right? So it doesn't take so long to load. I like the drop shadow. Helps. Okay, let's see about that. Space. Try and have a little more hierarchy. You've started with the uppercase. The kerning here, the letter space between each letter is a little bit much. Nice, nice. I feel like something needs to happen here. And this, right? So we have home underneath that. So I think you want to pull all this over here and push this and have a contact page at the end. Okay, watch your reflowing. That size probably doesn't have to be that big. Okay. And this all has to be entered, all right? This needs to be edited, all right? But the size of the font is good. Work on this because it's a good idea, all right? Having a few things in here spaced out is a real good idea. Okay. All right. Nice. Very good. Very good. You probably need to break it up a little bit. You can edit that down a little because it's scrolling. That makes it hard. So just a little bit less so it stays above the fold or above the scroll there. All right. That's an interesting beginning. All right. I do love this image, you know, and it leaves a lot of room here for your header. This is kind of losing traction over here. I think maybe it's because we've got the red, you know, which really works with this, but you got to think about that. Maybe this goes a little bigger. You know, I do like green on these sides. Something's got to happen here. Maybe it's just a size thing. This, we got to be careful of. We're losing it. And maybe you want to pull it up somewhere and make it fixed so that it stays, you know, put. I like this. I like the little fishes scrolling. Consider left aligning that. I like that these are aligned. Good job. Nice images. Try not to have one word by itself. This looks great. This might be hard on mobile, but it looks fun here. Okay. Interesting. Okay, a little bit much on the spacing, but otherwise nice. And I can see you've done a lot of work, so if I say see the menu, so yeah, a lot of head spit room here that can be removed. Okay, so we can get into this. I almost want to see these all caps. You don't have to. Some places it works lower. A lot of scrolling there and there. Just a lot of scrolling. Okay, I've got to go down like this. So that should land right here. You know, and then have this navigation fixed. And all you do is you go up in the editor and you click the header, and then when it gives you the opportunity to edit that, you can choose to freeze it. All right. Yeah. You want to reduce the space in that container. Left align. Beautiful image. Okay. Tiny. I know aesthetically it looks good, but we have to make sure it's readable. That's the choices we have to make. Again, bring this up. Okay, hopefully those are all copyright issue images, copyright free. Okay, if there's a way to write something that doesn't have one word, you know, whether it's discover your taco love or, you know, something, that might be better. It's not bad. Okay, see, that goes right where it should, but it's not a sushi bar. So, yeah, be careful of that. Yeah. All right. It's going to look great. Might need to optimize this. You notice it popped up a little bit later. And the sushi bar. So sometimes this happens. You've got a couple of things going on at one time. So make sure that you check all your links. All right. All right. Okay. Good choices. And anybody who is working ahead and ready, you know, you can always go in and, you know, key out some of the tacos or things like that and put some drop shadow if you need to or want to, if you're advanced. Okay, good job. All right. feel like that's a little close. No upcoming events, but stay tuned. You'll want to link it to some event or remove it. Okay. Make sure this is dropped down. Kind of looks pasted on. It's the background. Sometimes you can just screenshot that background, remember. So that's one way to do it. If this works, I don't think this is the same blue, so I would work on that. This font, make sure you're using it someplace else. Probably, and make sure you've got some padding here, some margin between these. Glassware. Okay, just consider a food truck. Right. Okay, where we are today. Okay, cool. That. Link that up to something meaningful. News and events. Customer reviews. You want to change that image so it's a little more, you know, food truck. And try not to have one word by itself, but otherwise, you're almost there. Okay, good. You've entered everything except some of these images. All right. Okay, so this is kind of linking to scrolling through. So you probably can anchor it to there. Contact. So here's the thing. Yeah, you want to make sure that this is in order. If it's a one page, you want to make sure this is in order of the scroll. So your about is going to be over here, and your news and event you have coming after that. So that would have to come after this in here, because that will prevent all this back and forth scrolling when they're linking to something. All right. All right. Good start. Okay. Good selection, good text, left align and edit that a little more. Okay. This doesn't apply. I would take that out. Good. It's not blue, but probably could go in and adjust the color, correct that. Okay. Disable this and make sure that these are not empty. Okay, this is a placeholder. All right, so you need things that say food truck. Disable this. It's just creating more work for you, and you've got other things to work on. All right, so be sure to spend some time on this. This could be a little larger. All right, it's a good start. I'm looking forward to seeing where it's going to go. Okay, I wonder if we could get away with fewer rows here, just one row. May not need this. Nice the way you have this image dropped back and the contrast is there, so that's perfect. You're linked up to the social. This, you know, it just sort of then has this empty space, so I'm not sure that that's your best thought there. Something that moves across might be better. This is looking good. Kind of like that, where it's not so much scrolling as it is a simple click. This, maybe you can have less scrolling there somehow. I'll leave you to ponder that. Good. Good. Okay, you've got social media in 2 places. You really only need 1, so that's kind of redundant. They are the same, so that helps. No, they're not. 1 is circled. Okay. Okay, so looks like we have 2 different pages here, but I do like this. The image or something is loading slowly, so it would need to be optimized. Keep in mind, if you need to, you can double up Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Thursday. But it's nice and clear when we say we want locations. You take us there. Not too much scrolling. Okay, try not to have this by itself. Left align. Cut this all down, left align. I do like this. I think this is adorable. I love that. Okay. I would put a little paragraph break in there. Remember? Okay, so the only way to get, okay, I can go left or right. Something needs to readjust there on loading. Same thing, a little bit of break. Make it a couple of paragraphs if you can. Okay. And we want to get into this quicker. I'm not sure. I do like the images a lot. I think you've done a really great job with this. It's just a lot of scrolling for, you know, for that. Okay, and so the important thing is that everything is right there when we hit it, because we're promising them that when they hit contact, they're going to get that info, right? We don't want them to feel that there's that like anticipation and a little nervousness because they have to look for it once they, you know, get somewhere. They're not sure if they're now where they are. So try and make sure, you guys, that there's minimum scrolling and clicking, right? So this needed to be optimized. Great image. This turns. Okay. It's not a bad idea. You just might need to space it differently because it's a lot of scrolling for, you know, like 4 questions. All right. Okay. All right. Good job. Looking forward to seeing these again. Okay, this one is just a template. Let's see. This one needs to be edited down and get right into this. And I would put the logo up here or over here or in the middle and put these here and here. This doesn't make sense, right, for a taco truck or this. Try and set these up to Real Deal Taco, but I like how it looks. This could be larger since this is so big. That could be larger. Have it just land right there. And this color and the white is really clean looking, right? You will need to have the logo. And you guys can make the logo white also. That's an option for you. Okay. All right, I see why it, you know, it's all white and everything, but we're still scrolling to get to the story. Enter this text. Enter that. And anchor to that so it just pops up right there. You guys check and see if I emailed a little how-to video to you on freezing your navigation and anchoring, okay? If I did not send that to you, I just made it for a student the other day. If I didn't send it to you, someone contact me if you need it, and I will send it. Otherwise, I'll try and remember to upload it. Okay, well, everybody, I'm happy with where you're going, and I hope you are too. It's not difficult. It just takes a little time to set that aside and do it. And then it can be fun. It's just not fun if we don't leave the time for it. Then it's stressful, okay? But leave several hours and you will be surprised what you can learn, all right? Great job, everybody.